So New Scum is up to it again. All right, I received my official voter information guide 2 days ago, and I came across California's Prop 50. Okay, and I've been researching it ever since then. Okay, I've made sure that I understand what it is, what is going on, and it is New Scum's new fucking scheme to manipulate the fucking people of California into thinking that we have to do this emergency redistricting of our fucking maps in order to stop Trump's plan to rig the 2026 elections. It's not to offset the 5 seats that were flipped in Texas. Okay, we already have one of the fairest redistricting systems in the country. Back in 2010, all right, California voters, we gave the job of redistricting our maps, okay, to a commission, which is named the Citizens Redistricting Commission. All right. And when the commission draws its new congressional district maps, it must follow federal and state laws. Okay. So, all right, state law also prohibits the commission from considering political parties, current office holders, or people running for office when it draws its maps. And that's exactly what Prop 50 is going to do. All right. And there's no political thing that could happen to California like it did in Texas, where it would flip our seats or anything like that. But that's what Newsom wants, of course, because he knows for a damn fact. If he doesn't, okay, regardless of what happens in any other state, that the Democrats will lose California. Okay, the Republicans are going to outnumber the Democrats. So he needs to make sure that all our votes, all the Republican votes, are not even going to have any power in 2026. It's not just to flip seats, it's to take the power away and the fair representation of voters in California and flip it all Democrat. All right, so, and the legislate has already drawn up a proposed map in said fucking guide for us to vote on. And I'm going to make a few videos about this. This is part 1, part 2, part 3.4. But anyways, I'm going to get into the maps and show you exactly how the redistricting compared to our current maps, how it pretty much gives power back to the Democrats. But for right now, how to start out with, we're just going to read what Newsom's little campaign fucking wrote for their argument in favor of Prop 50. Okay, in Prop 50, all it does is authorize temporary changes to congressional district maps in response to Texas partisan redistricting legislative constitutional amendment. Line 1, right out the gate, first fucking line in the argument. Stop Trump from rigging the 2026 election. Donald Trump and Texas Republicans are making an unprecedented power grab to steal congressional seats and rig the 2026 election before voting even begins. Other Republican states are following suit. They want to steal enough seats to control Congress, even if voters reject their agenda. This isn't politics as usual. It's an emergency for our democracy. Ensure fair representation in Congress. We've already seen how Trump has recklessly imposed tariffs, hurt California families, and ordered mass arrests without warrants. The 2026 election for Congress represents our only chance to provide an essential check and balance on Trump's dangerous agenda. If Californians don't act now, Donald Trump will seize total power for 2 more years. Proposition 50, the Election Rigging Response Act will put a stop to the anti-democratic scheme. Here's what it does. It levels the playing field. Prop 50 makes sure the 2026 midterm elections are conducted on a level playing field without an unfair advantage for Republicans. Really? Okay. All right, it commits to a fair redistricting. Prop 50 reaffirms California's commitment to independent redistricting and calls for a nationwide commitment to fair and impartial maps. Prop 50, this is the funniest one. Prop 50 puts the power in the hands of the people of California, not backroom politicians, to approve an emergency congressional district maps in response to Trump's election rigging scheme. Prop 50 provides emergency maps only because Republicans moved forward with their power grab. These maps will expire in 2030. Prop 50 preserves California's award-winning redistricting reforms and reaffirms the California Citizens Redistricting Commission's authority to draw congressional districts after the next census. Yeah, we all know that's not going to fucking happen. You're going to pull some bullshit, all right, that to where they're not going to gain the fucking power back. You're not going to give it back to them. We all know that because you're a piece of shit. All right, the stakes couldn't be higher if Republicans rigged the election. Now he's saying if Republicans rig the election. Wasn't he didn't he just say that was happening? And still control of Congress next year, they'll continue to eliminate health care, slash funding for schools, and cut essential services for veterans to pay for tax breaks for billionaires and big corporations. Yeah, no, that's not what's happening. California protect democracy in all 50 states. California has a duty to defend democracy. To do that, we can't unilaterally disarm or fight with both hands tied behind our backs. When Trump tries to rig elections, we must fight back with every tool available, like gerrymandering. Prop 50 draws fair maps that represent California's diverse communities and ensures our voices aren't gerrymandering in other states. I highly doubt that it's Prop 50 will do that in any fucking circumstance, but whatever. It's just for you to be petty and use Californians in your little fucking revenge plan because you hate Trump so much. It leads the nation in protecting voters' rights and fair elections. When other states try to silence our voices and rig the system, we must join President Barack Obama, Governor Gavin Newsom, Senator Alex Padilla, Senator Adam Schiff, and Nancy Pelosi, Planned Parenthood, and NAACP. All right, so yeah. Vote yes to stop Trump's election rigging scheme. Vote yes for checks and balances. Vote yes to protect democracy in all 50 states. Well, okay, so in the next video, part 2, I'm going to get into the argument against Prop 50 and the rebuttal argument to Proposition 50, and then we'll get into maps and charts and everything like that. So look for part 2.